Welcome back to the 2023 APP Chicago Open. You're taking a live look at Martin Emmrich, 38 years old, calls Bradenton, Florida, his home. He and his partner William Sobek trailing here in game one of our men's doubles quarterfinals. So the winner of this match is going to get a shot to play in the winners bracket finals. The winner of that goes to the gold medal match tomorrow. They are taking on Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh. On the other side of the net, that's Sobek. Right now, we pick up the action live.
Yeah, and we are just going to say Augustus throughout this, so it doesn't sound like we're forgetting to finish our sentences. But we've got Arizona versus Florida right now.
That's right, both Augustus and Michael, based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Sobek and Emmrich, based out of Florida. So it's going to be William Sobek with the serve here. These are those dinking rallies, doubles pickleball, so well known for. Speed up there by Augustus, but William Sobek goes airborne to finish that point.
Well, beautiful finish there by Sobek, but again, it's the patience of them. They're waiting for, you have Augustus and Loyd waiting to pull that trigger, and that's going to be the waiting game here for Emmrich and Sobek.
You're correct.
Just waiting it out, playing some elongated points.
6-5-2.
Yeah, that one just deep. But, Emmrich and Sobek aren't going to hurt you on the backhand side. So Loyd and Augustus looking to stay in that rally, pulling it out corner to corner to either backhand for them. But if you get that ball in the middle and it's a dead ball, you're going to see plenty of speed ups from Sobek and Emmrich.
So it's 5-6-1 for Michael Loyd's serve.
So you look at the two players too, from Augustus and Loyd on the other side of the net. Augustus going to play a little more controlled. Michael Loyd's going to pick up the pace, try and speed balls up. Right on cue right there with a third shot drive. That's what you're going to get probably 75-80% of the time from Michael Loyd. Creates a lot of shape off that paddle.
6-6-2. Side out.
Augustus just a little bit late on that one, but we're starting to see it more, and we have two lefties and two righties on the court right now. Typically not something that we see. So with that, it takes away that middle ball. We're going to see a lot of balls that are going to go out wider, really try to expose the backhand because all four players have that strong forehand in the middle.
Oh, and Sobek getting his paddle down just in time.
Well, that was a swing and a miss.
I'm trying to
let's be honest.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, Janet.
William Sobek, one of the younger pros we have here on the APP Tour, but do not mistake that for one of the inexperienced ones. We have seen quite a bit of him this 2023 season, won his first men's singles gold medal in New York a few months ago.
Wow, that's a perfect spot right there. Emmrich sitting on that forehand like he should, because if that speed up comes through, he's there. But Augustus goes right into the left armpit and that's a straight T-Rex right there. He completely lost his arm.
That's done right there. You get that ball up to Emmrich's forehand like that, and he's able to hit down on the ball. Right here, this ball's over with. See, right there, I know William Sobek wants to take that ball, but the issue is that's Emmrich's forehand too, and it's going right into his forehand. He's trying to take it off for no reason. He's got to let Emmrich play that ball.
So it's a 7-7 all. First game score here between these two teams. You talk about the chemistry here between the communication of the forehand and the forehand of William Sobek and Martin Emmrich as we get into this Tervis hydration break. Everybody making sure they stay as hydrated as possible here in Chicago. Like I mentioned, it's not entirely miserable weather like we've had in Philadelphia and St. Louis, where it was so humid, so hot. But important, obviously, to stay hydrated for us as well.
Well, you know, Tervis keeps us hydrated. What's in the bottle is a different question. I'm drinking.
What?
Wait a minute.
Start that over?
No. Because it's my caffeine. It's my caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. It's caffeine to keep me energized and going.
What you don't need is any more energy, Chad. You always bring the energy. I want you to talk me through a little bit of what you were talking about when you have two battling forehands, like you were talking about with Emmrich and Sobek. Well, walk us through how it's figured out.
The communication's a huge part always, but when you've got two forehands there in the middle, like Sobek's trying to come over and get big and buy Emmrich time coming forward, but typically when it's two right-handers, that's the backhand side. So Sobek's more likely to come over. But there, Emmrich's got a big forehand. Sobek doesn't need to come over as far with those two forehands in the middle.
So good right there, and that's the spot we've seen earlier in matches with Augustus. Is the last thing you want to do. He's sitting backhand, and he wants that, and he's almost baiting you into it. So you got to do exactly that and jam him up to his shoulders.
That's a rare miss from Emmrich right there. He kind of slowed his swing down, trying to go back behind Loyd, but didn't quite finish it.
9-7-2.
Nice finish there from Sobek. And Sobek not very tall, but what he does is he uses every inch of his height to his advantage. You watch him sit here and reach in and take that ball out of the air rather than letting it bounce.
7-9-1.
Great job by Sobek.
So it's a side out, and there's going to be Sobek with the serve, 7-9-1 here in game one. It's 2 out of 3 to 11, but Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh making sure that every time the ball comes to the side of Sobek and Emmrich, they make him fight for these points.
But that's another one, right? So this time Emmrich coming over. Doesn't need to come over as far because Sobek has his forehand there as well. Takes him out of position. And an excellent finish from Loyd.
Oh, he mishit it right off the frame right there, and it goes long. He's got a sitter. He's going to put that away 9 times out of 10.
Well, we do know from the last 2 days that the sun is right behind our booth right there. So Loyd looking up into the sun for that ball.
Seen a lot of players practicing that in their warm-ups of getting the ball high on that side of the court to try and figure out their system.
Wow, I mean, I know they don't come out on top of that point, but that was a reset clinic put on by Martin Emmrich and William Sobek. The issue was they couldn't turn any of those resets into an offensive attack out of it because Loyd and Guh kept coming at them.
9-8-1.
Michael Loyd with the serve, up 9-8-1.
Nice spot. That's the spot, Chad, right? He goes right at that midsection, almost at that left shoulder, and jams him up.
But there was a missed opportunity there for Loyd. Guh had an extremely good speed up. Loyd had the paddle down, was late to the forehand, didn't get anything on it.
Side out.
Great job of just slowing things up from Sobek.
So it's going to be a side out here. Martin Emmrich
8-9-1.
with the serve, trailing 8-9-1.
So what created the issue there for Sobek was the amount of spin that Augustus put on that ball. He didn't overhit it, but it's heavy, heavy topspin, and a lot of the times it's the spin that's going to change the ball on the paddle, and you saw that with Sobek.
Side out.
Yeah,
That one.
2 error. You combat 1 error with 2 errors like you're talking about, Chad, right there.
Yeah, Sobek just a little a little too quick with his movement there, trying to recover back to the middle before he'd executed that backhand. Yikes.
Michael Loyd coming all the way over to finish that point.
A big shake and bake there from Augustus and Loyd. You saw right there that already, both these guys being from Phoenix, they obviously play together, but nothing even needs to be said there. Shorter return, Loyd already knows that Go is going to drive that, and he's taking off and crashing. And just a perfectly executed drive from Augustus Go. Doesn't need to overhit it, but it's all about the shape and the height.
And so it's going to be Augustus Go and Michael Loyd with the 10-8 lead here in Game 1, sitting just 1 point away from taking this first game over William Sobek and Martin Emmrich. And in this conversation right now that we're watching unfold with Emmrich and Sobek, what is the 38-year-old telling the teenager about how to stay calm and make sure that they stay in this first game?
Again, it's about grinding points out here. The longer the point goes, the more of an advantage it is to Sobek and Emmrich right here. And I was talking with both of them before this match started, and what their game plan was and what they wanted to do, and they did want to slow things up, handle the pace from both Loyd and Go, and handle everything up at the kitchen line. They felt that when they turned the point into a 50-50 point kitchen line to kitchen line, it was in their advantage.
10-8-1.
Well, right now the advantage with Michael Loyd as he gets ready to serve what could be a game point.
Second server.
That's the risk you run right there of the shake and bake. If your partner leaves the ball high, you come in and you're in trouble.
10-8-2.
Wow, what a shot there from Go, right at the body of William Sobek to finish it.
And that is Game 1. Michael Loyd and Augustus Go take Game 1 over William Sobek and Martin Emmrich in our best 2 out of 3, 2-11 here in our men's doubles quarterfinals, men's doubles semifinals, excuse me. We'll be right back with Game 2.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Powerplate, Yola, and Level Up.
Welcome back to Chicago, Chad. Let's take another look at this shake and bake, as you call it.
Yeah, so the shake and bake is when one player crashes the net knowing that their partner is going to drive that third. They're looking for the pop-up to be able to come over, poach, and finish it, and that was a perfect example from Loyd and Gert in Game 1. Sounds like Alex Strong is on the court back behind us.
Nice patience right there. On the first point of Game 2 there from Martin Emmrich and William Sobek, again trying to elongate these points, get Guh and Loyd into some dink rallies.
Yeah, it's a good speed up there from Loyd. He elevates it, and without Sobek being able to get on top of that, the ball is going to sail deep. So there's two types of speed ups that we have. We have one that's a little bit slower with more spin, getting that ball down, so when they counter, it sails out, and the elevated one that we just saw from Loyd.
Oh, and Emmrich, I think, played an out ball right there because Sobek kept that nice and low as Guh went for the Ernie.
The only thing that I think saved Guh there potentially and why Emmrich hit it is because he was going back corner of the court. But I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Another little dink left short by Martin Emmrich. Emmrich, 38 years old, originally from Germany, but like you mentioned, Chad, now based out of Florida.
Oh, that one stayed in. The little miss hit.
Well, it was the full swing miss hit, right? So, again, it's just like taking a full swing at that, and you think they get it clean, but the miss hit helps out there.
Who hit that, though?
Don't know.
It was Sobek. Emmrich just made it look like it.
And again, William Sobek painting the sideline.
That was
another miss hit.
Another miss hit. But you know what? You know you're playing well when your miss hits are winners.
0-1-1.
Perfect spot, too.
Sometimes better be lucky than good.
Or
William Sobek is both.
Just use the whole paddle.
Such a good read by Sobek on the speed up, and I think that Loyd gets away with one because Sobek's sitting on it. But like you're taking too big with it.
Well, the other thing too is not squaring your hips to the ball. So then when Sobek takes that paddle back, it's behind him.
Oh, Loyd didn't know what to do right there because it was sitting up. He had to let it bounce because he didn't attack it. He knows it right there. He's talking to the fans.
We've had a T-Rex and a chicken wing already. So Sobek with the big chicken wing.
Nice. That's a better counter there from Sobek. The speed up from Guh right at his backhand, but instead Sobek goes nice and short, sweet, gets it back to the left knee of Michael Loyd.
19-year-old now with the serve.
Oh.
Off the net, little lucky for Loyd and Guh. Martin Emmrich can't get there.
three bounces. Loyd just saying, you know, it was more than two. It was three. But, I mean, he just takes a full swing straight down into the top of the net cord.
1-2-1.
That's not even a dribbler.
1-2-1, the score here in our men's doubles semifinal.
See, Sobek does exactly what he needs to do with some of these drives. So now that Emmrich and Sobek have them timed up, they need to start countering these drives instead of just blocking.
Yeah, so that's 2 errors there from Sobek. We're moving just a little too much at contact. But, definitely Loyd and Gert more aggressive, especially on their third shots. They were a little bit slower getting into it in game 1, but they're coming out and they've had success with the drives. Or like you said, Emmrich and Sobek really aren't putting a whole lot of pressure on them. So why not just go out and keep driving if you're just going to get that easier ball back to move transition forward with.
Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh would love nothing more than to finish it off right here in this second game. It's best 2 out of 3 to 11. And so if they win this game, then they do punch their ticket to the winner's bracket final in men's doubles, which means that they would have an opportunity to play for the gold medal match tomorrow. Michael Loyd getting ready to serve.
3-2-1.
3-2-1.
That's good speed up right there from Martin Emmrich again. Now it's trying to flipping the script on Loyd and Guh. Can you, at the right time, speed up? Because, again, it's like anything else. If you're the team that wants to speed up, a lot of times you don't want it sped up against you.
That one coming out just a little too flat there from Emmrich. Didn't quite get the paddle head underneath it as that ball was dropping from Guh.
Augustus Guh now getting ready to serve. 4-2-2.
So issue there. Sobek's making the right call, but what did he do when he goes to hit this? His right foot drops, and so it pulls half of his body away, and so now he's moving off and away from the ball.
Sobek gets there, recovers well, but cannot send that backhand over the net.
I mean, honestly, that's a perfect execution of the offensive lob from Guh, taking that ball out of the air. What happens is they reach in and anticipate the speed up, go back on the heels, and you throw up that offensive lob, which is much more difficult than he just made it look.
6-2-2.
Augustus Guh trying to build on this 4-point lead.
Side out.
It's a side out instead, so it's going to be Martin Emmrich with the serve. He and Sobek trying to dig themselves out of this hole here in game number 2 of our men's doubles semifinal.
Oh, wow.
What? Ridiculous.
How did he get it back? That's chicken wing number 2.
But a perfect reset on the chicken wing there from Sobek. Unbelievable. But then Loyd almost got mad and was like, I'm coming right at you again, trying to see what you can do. And Sobek answered each time.
Oh, that ball sat on the net. Wind blown. That's one where you run up to the net and blow it over real quick. Watch it, just sits here.
3-6-2.
Oh, Loyd was in the way. Come on, Loyd.
How dare you not know where our cameras are?
Side out.
Strong overhead there from Michael Loyd to finish things off. On that point,
6-3-1.
6-3-1 for Augustus Guh.
Shake and bake again.
But such a good setup because he catches Sobek coming out of the uncoil on the stack. Watch him get here, and he gets there late. And Michael Loyd reads it perfectly. Nice shake and bake from Guh and Loyd.
7-3-1.
There's so much shape on that ball from Guh as well. dipping down below the net. So even when Sobek getting there, not only is he trying to move, but he's trying to get something that's dipping below the net. Paddle face opens up too much.
7-3-2.
Going for that serve, but again, you see that so much more now in pickleball. The serve is not just, I'm going to get this over. It's, we're really going to go for this and try and put pressure on a weak return.
Instead, it's a side out, so Sobek with the serve.
That's too good. So Emmrich and Sobek slid here to the middle and out wide, thinking that Loyd was going to go around the post. Really rolls that backhand cross court.
That ball going long.
Did not see it by rule, call stands.
Called by Emmrich and Sobek. So on this Saturday, we do have players calling their own lines. Championship Sunday, we have referees watching every line, but referee explaining that while they'd like his confirmation because he didn't see it, call stands. So it's going to be 4-7 now.
Oh, it's the right pull there from Sobek, but again, he gets there just a little late, so he's a little too much extended. What I mean by that is his full arm extended, locked out, and he really can't get as much roll on it as he wants.
7-4-2.
Sobek with the strong forehand down the middle.
I think it's second serve. It's not side out. Yeah, second serve. Not as much shape on that drive from Gert. He was a little late on it. The ball stayed up, so then that allowed Sobek to counterattack.
Then a mistake like that in a game where you're down already in game 2 and you need it, unforced error on a serve, can't have it. Go a little frustrated with himself right now. He's missed a couple in a row here.
Well, if you watch
easy ball.
Yeah, if you watch his body positioning there, his feet are so wide that he can't move. He's reaching for it on the outside there, so he's pulling across the body.
That ball from Sobek sailing long.
And that's the advantage here for Loyd and Gert, is that they're just speeding everything up. And the issue for Sobek and Emmrich is they can't get on top of it. So when they're countering, everything seems to be long.
Well, Sobek has a tendency that when he counters, it's more of a slice punch than it is of a roll. So if it's a heavy topspin speed up coming out and you have that face open, you punch through it, it's just going to kick up off of the paddle and go long.
Second server.
Quickly on to their second serve. Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh up 8-4. Sitting 3 points away, though, from punching their ticket to the men's doubles finals.
Such a good spot there from Michael Loyd. And again, he had maybe about a foot of room to work with here. Watch him hold this on his two-hand, and it's just a perfect spot in the middle.
But if you think about an almost identical shot from a couple of points ago, although he was a little bit wider, he holds it there and then goes sharp angle cross court. Now he holds it, waits for Sobek to take just one step to the line, and splits through the middle.
It's the old. We're gonna go way back
we
here.
Baseball time?
No. We're going. Who used to in the women's game on a two-handed backhand used to be one of the greats at it. Michelle Esquivel.
Yeah.
When she was playing so well, when she is playing well, when you hit to her backhand, she has three options. She can go hard roll back when she's on the left side. She can go through the middle, or she holds it on her paddle long enough where she goes right down the line. Well, that's exactly what Michael Loyd's doing right now. He's got options.
That's the danger of that dead dink now.
Yes,
If you are not putting anything on that dink and it is just sitting there in front, or not really putting any pressure and pushing your opponent away from the kitchen line, then there's so many options from that ball that's in front, or something that you can even get extended on.
Michael Loyd with the serve here up 9-4-2.
He thought of 4 different shots before he hit the wrong one.
He's like, I've got one cross court, I've got one through the middle. Do I go too late?
4-9-1.
That's where you just have to stick with your first instinct.
A lob there from Guff finds its way inside the baseline.
Wow, and just too good there from Michael Loyd, as he even gives it up for Sobek right there. But watch him double up at his body once, twice, and goes to the same spot.
4-9-2.
4-9-2, the score for Sobek's serve. Loyd reaching over, trying to flip that back across, but...
Well, that's such a hard ball. Loyd's trying to take that, roll it back behind him so he can move back and attack on the backhand side. But with the ball dropping that much, you just have to go cross court with it.
Nice running reset there from William Sobek. Wouldn't teach that at home, but it worked for him right there as he's running through the transition area and resetting at the same time.
6-9-2.
Unlucky for Sobek there.
Yeah.
Does an excellent job clearing his body off of that speed up from Gert. You see him slide to the left to clear the forehand, and then he actually overruns that next one, jams up the forehand, and that's why he missed into the net.
I think he thought it was hit harder, too, on the counter.
9-6-1.
9-6-1 for Loyd's serve. Again, stepping across. They like that little play, but Loyd sending that forehand into the net.
Well, it's a good ball on the return from Emmrich, keeping it nice and low, and then a good job on the counter as well.
Loyd.
You hear Sobek saying sorry right there. Probably hit an out ball. But the thing is, you've been getting such a steady stream of speed ups. You're already anticipating. You're so locked in that it's difficult to drop that paddle.
Match point opportunity here for Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh. And that is how they get it done. That's response from William Sobek, sailing just outside. So it's Michael Loyd and Augustus Guh who have punched their ticket to the men's doubles finals. They have one more match, and then they punch their ticket to the gold medal one. We will hear from the winners when we come back.
Loyd and Guh moving on.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take it, Jack.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002. Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
And we'll take another look here at match point for Gur and Loyd. Phenomenal performance from them, being aggressive, really putting the speed ups to Emmrich and Sobek. And we'll take another look here. Again, using that third shot drive. And that last ball just getting into the body of Sobek. We're going to throw it down to Dom Catalano, who's courtside with Loyd and Gur.
All right, welcome back here to Championship Court. I'm with Michael Loyd, Augustus Gur. First and foremost, congratulations, boys, punching your ticket to the winner bracket final. Going in against Martin Emmrich, William Sobek, two very active players, but you guys stuck to your game plan, wanting to keep pace on them. Was that something you guys talked about before?
Yeah, I mean, Augie's got the fastest hands, so I just try to speed stuff up, get it going, and then we like those hands battles. So we knew that we could be patient until we got the right ball, but we just kept telling each other, as soon as you get one, pull it and let's get it going.
And then Augustus, it looked like the shake and bake was really working for you. Halfway through that second game, you guys really pulled it off 2 or 3 times. Was something you guys talked about with you driving that and Michael coming in and crashing?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we always practice. And whenever I feel very confident driving the ball with Michael by my side, I know he's just going to come crashing in. So, yeah, love that play.
All right, well, congratulations to Arizona boys punching their ticket to the winner bracket final here on Championship Court. I'm going to toss it back to the booth where AJ and Chad have Tom Webb, our CMO of the APP. Take it away, guys.